Between Wednesdays, just trying to get by to the next fix. Living between Wednesdays, prefer the comics over the Netflix.
What's up, folks? I'm your host Konrad on Wednesday Night Reviews, and from superheroes to average Joes, here's what I read this week. So I checked out C.R.I.T number 4, C.R.I.T standing for Covert Reconnaissance Infiltration Team. It's a team hero comic focusing around a group of 4 heroes called Boulder, Reach, Spectre, and Caliber. So these 4 people, before becoming superheroes, worked for a company called Technetic, who was a cutting-edge technology company doing all sorts of weird stuff, but overall fairly normal-ish from what we know. And they had an attack on the building in which our 4 heroes were left with these odd ethereal powers. Each of the 4 heroes is fairly different. Boulder being sort of the easiest to understand. Boulder spelled B-O-L-D-E-R, as in he is bold. He's sort of like Luke Cage, in which his power is the more energy he expends, the stronger he gets, the faster he gets, and the more endurance he gets, so the harder he can get hit without being phased. Spectre is has a very interesting power set in that right off the bat, Spectre demonstrates an ability to basically throw purple fire from his hands, and he can throw fireballs at people. And as the series goes on, he sort of develops these knives he can throw at people. And then in issue 4, which I checked out this week, he actually gets the ability to teleport to wherever his knives go, thanks to his feline companion, shown here, whom is not what he appears. Frankly, he has a alcohol and cigar addiction, which I almost find hilarious in a cat, although not for real cats, obviously. We then have Caliber, who is sort of like a Deadpool-type character, very snarky, very funny, guns blazing kind of person. No swords, but guns all day long. And then finally we have Reach, who's like a tech expert prior to getting powers. They were into all sorts of sciences, fringe sciences, anything that they could get on to try and build something new. And all of a sudden, after these powers, they found that they had the ability to communicate with the technology and thus learn faster, build faster, and integrate better. A little bit like Cyborg almost, but their body remains human. In this particular issue of C.R.I.T, our 4 heroes are going to investigate a warehouse to try and track down their nemesis Sanguine, and what they actually end up finding in this small town is a blue dude called Blue Claw, aptly named, here he is, as well as his companions, who more or less want to be left alone. And yet they were sent here, under the guise of this is, super dangerous, these people aren't safe. So it's a little odd. They're starting to find conflict within their organization, Technetic, about the information they're getting, as well as sort of why they're doing what they're doing, which is very interesting. Where this comic shines, though, is actually the relationship between the 4 of them, the 4 heroes, as well as their commander and their tech expert. So immediately, within the first 4 issues, there are so many puns, so many references, so many jokes that this comic almost feels like, what if you and your 3 best nerdy friends somehow got superpowers? Each character is snide with each other. They have very different dynamics that play really well. So each of the 4 characters have a really strong archetypal personality, and the writing in this comic shows off its ability in having them interact with each other in different ways. So mainly Boulder and Caliber are, go punch someone, go shoot someone first, ask questions later, where Spectre and Reach are a little more slow on the approach. Let's learn some more, let's think through. But watching, say, Boulder and Spectre, or Boulder and Reach interact, or Caliber and Spectre, for instance, interact, the writing team the writer has done a very good job at showing, again, this dynamic of these 4 people together. And yeah, honestly, the puns that come out of this, the references to games, movies, TV shows, Mass Effect, for instance, was the most recent one. is where this book shines. It is hilarious to read. It is so fun. The action sequences are good, and the art team has done a fabulous job. The book itself, again, some nice shots here, has some fantastic art, especially for, you know, like an indie book, if you will. It doesn't have quite the super polished stuff of something like DC or Marvel, and yet the artwork, say from issue 1 to issue 4, has had a steep incline in detail. And overall, the two colorists are doing a fabulous job at bringing the world to life through those colors. Each character just pops because they're so differently colored, and everything looks extremely dynamic. Overall, honestly, Crit number 4, fantastic read. If you haven't yet heard of this book, go check out the first 4 issues. 1 through 3 are out now. Number 4 will be coming out to Kickstarter soon in March. So links down below where you can start getting your hands on this book. It is absolutely a fun ride, and you will greatly enjoy it, especially for all the references. As always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe for more. Let me know what you thought of Crit number 4, or if you've read the series at all, let me know what you thought of the first 3 issues. And please do be sure to support your local comic shops. If you're in the Niagara area, My Home Away from Home Sketchbook Comics is there. They will have all of your comics needs, and the owners are perfectly able to get your pull lists going. If you're up in the Toronto area, obviously Silver Snail, The Beguiling, the major shops, and in Leslieville, or the eastern half of Toronto, you gotta check out Sidekick Comics. They have the best coffee you're gonna get, plus some wicked books. And as always, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Golden age to present, digest to oversize. Never miss new comic day, yeah, no surprise. So where's my no prize? Check the letter columns. Can't find issue 2? Collector problems, cliffhangers, mysteries, you need answers. When did Batman become Green Lantern? I get it, true believer, not lying. Always up for an awesome summer crossover.